So guys, the final fixture for the league phase of the Champions League has come to an end, and FC Barcelona share the spoils with Atalanta at home. And what are the takeaways from this game? First off, I would say Ronald Araujo has a lot to do when it comes to the offside trap, because it is quite obvious that Pau Kubasi and Inigo Martinez, they have perfectly mastered the art of Hansi Flick's offside trap system, and they tend to shine in this area, given the fact that they are not blessed with enough speed to meet up when the deed has been done. But then they perfect that offside trap play very well, unlike Araujo. If you look at the game, you would see that. So diving into the first half was not blessed with goals, and the attack was kind of stiff with too much sideways passes, and we're not utilizing our chances in the way we should. Unlike Atalanta, they were more dangerous and they could have easily gotten like 2 goals in the first half with the first goal from them coming in the first half, but then it was cancelled because of the offside trap. And if you look at it, Araujo was kind of struggling with it, because he always wants to, every time I see him, he always wants to extinguish the danger. And it's good for a defender, but sometimes you should not use Gidigbo, if I would say, to approach situations. You should use your brain sometimes. And these are the things that we tend to iron out. 0-0 in the first half, and Atlanta was looking more dangerous. And in my mind, I was like, this one will Lookman no play, and would they do like this? What if Gasperini can't start Lookman? What would have happened? Because we all know that Lookman is a very dangerous player going forward, and he has done that several times. We have seen him in the Serie A, we have seen him in the Champions League. We have also seen him last season in the Europa, how he did what he did. So Matteo Retegui and Charles de Ketelaere was in the number 9 position, and there was no goal in that first half. And I was saying to myself, this one in Barcelona never score goal. Sure, we will score goal at all. And as the second half started, before we dive into the second half, let us talk about Szczesny. I know some people say Szczesny made some mistakes in the game and all, but let's not take away the fact that he was kind of instrumental in some saves. There was one particular shot that Retegui took, and that ball looked like it was going inside, but then Szczesny just made the save, and it was a very wonderful save. And a couple of others in the first half as well. It was good, and he kept us out a bit. He kept us in the game to an extent. Now, diving into the second half. The second half, I think Hansi Flick, when the boys went into the dressing room, he told them that, Omo, you guys should buckle up. I don't understand what you are doing in this first half. We're supposed to create chances, and we're supposed to take our chances. And the first person that answered that question was Lamine Yamal, because he was in a very good position when the counter-attack came on, and Rafinha carried the ball, and that was a very brilliant pass into the final third that gave Lamine Yamal the edge to skip past Atlanta goalkeeper Kanesechi. And Kolasinac almost took that ball from him, but then he stood his ground and he scored the goal, 1-0 up. Not long after, they came knocking on the door, and I felt like, okay, as we have scored one, we can continue going. But then again, it just happened that Atlanta equalized, and we said, okay, this first position is like, we'll not carry it though, because I was genuinely happy when I saw that goal. I screamed. I was very happy. I was like, oh, this one that Liverpool, they have not started winning. We'll carry first in this league format. But then again, as we considered the goal, it did not work out. Not long after, in the 60th, the 70th minute, Ronald Araujo scored a header from the corner. And when he scored that goal, he pointed himself and he pointed the Barcelona badge, and he was like, I am here to stay. And we all know that he has been having some problems prior to this time with his contract and all, but then it has been sorted out, and he has confirmed and clarified that he's here to stay. But our joy was short-lived, as this is what I'm going to talk about now. Our joy was short-lived as we considered the second goal, and the manner with which we considered it was so laughable, because that line, you see that line, it was broken, and the culprit was the person that scored the goal, Ronald Araujo. He kept the Atlanta player onside, and that was how they checked, and it was onside. No doubts, no arguments. It was a good goal. But then again, I felt like the defense could have handled it better, most especially Ronald Araujo. But it is what it is. The other thing I'm going to highlight in this game was the fact that if not for Lewandowski, we could have won this match. Ask me why. Now take a look at this. How on earth can you miss this kind of chance? Why is it that it's when you want to score goal, it is that time that you're about to score the goal that you start stumbling. You just wasted the chance that was given to you by Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal combined very well, and it was just given to you on a plate. Score this goal. Oh, you did not score. And now, these are the things that we'll look back to. We'll look back at these things and say, okay, we should have done better. At the beginning, we took our chances here. It would have been a different story. But then again, the game has come to an end. 2-2. We shared the spoils against Atlanta, and it is quite unfortunate that Atlanta, they struggled. They fought and fought, but then they could not make it in the top 8, courtesy of Aston Villa winning Celtic 4-2. And if you look at that game, Aston Villa, it was almost as if they were in a comedy show, because how do you go from 2 goals up, you suddenly start equalizing? So with respect to Aston Villa, with respect to Atlanta, they will not be having automatic qualification. And what are your thoughts on this game? What do you guys think would have happened differently? Because for me, I felt like if Lewandowski had left the game sooner, probably the attack would be more fluid, because there were some cases where I saw him in the defensive midfield. What is he doing there? What on earth is he doing there? Is he a defensive? Is he N'Golo Kante? What is he doing there? He always drops deep and in places I can never understand. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts on this again? Please do let me know what your thoughts are, and let's talk. Cheers.